In today's video, I'm going to tell you all about our coffee-inspired tea bundle. That's right, friends. We have over 100 flavors of loose leaf tea. We don't really sell coffee, but we do have tea that tastes like coffee. I know it's going to satisfy your taste buds, whether you need something that has caffeine or no caffeine. This is the video for you. Friends, welcome. My name is Joy. I'm the owner of Sub Rosa Tea. We're a small company based in Northern Ohio, and we will ship anywhere in the United States. We have over 100 flavors of loose leaf tea that can be found both on our website and on our mobile shopping app. This collection in particular is our coffee tea bundle, and it can be found on a web page that we call Bundles and Gift Sets. These are bundles of tea that you can buy all of the individual flavors individually, but you will save money when you buy it as a bundle. This particular bundle that I'm talking to you about is a bundle of tea that we sell all year. So it might morph and change a little bit as the year goes on, but mostly it's something that we have all the time. We also have themed bundles. At the end of the video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our Summertime in Italy tea collection, and that's a themed bundle that's very limited edition. So if you are watching this live, we have the collection now, but we'll probably only have it for a few weeks. I'm going to make sure everything is set up on our broadcasting channel. Let's see, we are using a broadcasting channel, which means we should be live both on our social media and on our website and on our mobile shopping app all at the same time. So as soon as someone comments, I should be able to see no matter where you're watching from. If there's no red live above my head, it simply means that you're watching it on the replay. So while it might take me longer to reply to your comments when you're watching it on the replay, don't worry, we do typically receive those notifications. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. Again, our website is subrosatea.com. And I wanted to give you a quick update before I actually talk about these tea flavors. So like I said, we're using a brand new broadcasting system, which is really great. So those of you who have already downloaded our mobile shopping app, you most likely received a notification, especially if you are on an Apple or an Android. It just kind of depends. We know that our Apple users, that app has already been upgraded, updated, and approved. So that should look a little bit different for you. Our Android users, that is still going through the process. We've already submitted all of the information. Honestly, we have no idea. It could be days, it could be weeks until it's updated. I cannot tell you. But again, if you're watching this video, I want you to know that we now have the ability to watch these live videos and shop from these videos directly on our website. So again, if you're a desktop computer user or you have your mobile device in your hand right now, you can go to subrosatea.com. There is a page called Live Shopping, right? That sounds logical, right? So when you go to the live shopping tab, you can watch a video like this. And when you're watching the video, all you need to do is tap the item that's on screen in order to put it into your cart, which I think is so great. You don't have to go look for the products on the individual pages and then decide. What's nice about going to the product listings, I will say, is all of the ingredients are listed, which is quite helpful, especially if you have allergies or sensitivities. But in general, if you're just a little bit interested in each of the products, go ahead and tap and put it into your cart, which is great. I also wanted to make sure that you knew when you're on our website and you found the page called Live Shopping, please scroll to the bottom. You're going to see our scheduled events. A lot of you have been around Sub Rosa Tea for years and years, so you have your favorite flavors. Some of them are themed collections. Some of our collections are new, but some of them we are bringing back tea flavors that you probably had before. You can't wait until they come out. So the nice thing about knowing when we have scheduled our lives is that when you find the icon for the particular live you're interested in watching, you can add it to your calendar. I love that. It's just one, like tap the icon of the event and then you'll see little buttons that you can tap to add it to your calendar. So you'll get a reminder, you'll get a notification, you'll know when your favorite flavors are coming back in stock. Also, we've got a new collection coming out. We have a brand new collection next Sunday. I am live on Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we have a brand new collection coming out called the Tiki Hut. The Tiki Hut collection is obviously Tiki Hut inspired tea flavors, but they're really inspired by those tropical island cocktails that you would get at a Tiki Hut. I think you're going to love them. We've got a lot of new flavors, a lot of new blends coming out, so do make sure that you remember to join us next Sunday, July 7th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's all for the updates. I'm going to get started. On this video. So again, friends, if you're watching the replay, thank you. I appreciate it. The first item that I have in the queue is our coffee tea bundle. We sell each of these teas that I'm going to talk to you about individually in 3 sizes. The bundle is available in 2 sizes. So the bundle, you're going to see the Try Me size. This makes about 5 to 6 servings. So it's not just a single serving. It's more than that. It's a half ounce. A half ounce is the Try Me size, 5 to 6 servings. You're going to see something in the bundle called the Value size. This is 2 ounces, and it'll make about 25 servings for you in the Value 2 ounce size. And just so you know, on the individual flavors, we also sell a bulk size. This should make you around 100 servings. This is 8 ounces. And I say 100 servings, and that's based on the amount that we recommend. For this particular flavor, it's 1.5 teaspoons, but all the flavors are different. So I'm just not going to blanketly tell you that's how much tea you should use. But if you were to use 1.5 teaspoons in an 8 ounce cup, that's how I got to roughly 100 cups of tea. Now, I know a lot of you're drinking more than that at one time. For instance, this particular teapot, this is our stackable teapot. It makes 16 ounces. So that's 2 servings. So if you decide to make yourself 16 ounces of tea drink, do make sure you double the amount that you see on the label. The label has the amount for just 8 ounces. These teapots are great. They're perfect for sitting down. They will keep your tea hot for 2 hours, and they're dishwasher safe. We also sell a lot of tumblers. The tumblers make either 2 or 3 servings. So again, depending on how much water you're going to use, you're going to want to make sure that you use the right amount of tea. Next up, I want to make sure that we are still live. Oh, it looks like it again. I'm using a new system, so got to make sure everything works. Okay, first up, let's talk about the tea. Let's talk about the tea flavor that has the most caffeine, shall we? Again, we're talking about our coffee tea bundle. This is our Mounds Mate tea. Now, a mate specifically is not the tea plant, but here at Sub Rosa Tea, we call anything that you steep tea. So this is green yerba mate that has been toasted. It is absolutely so delicious on its own, but that's the base that we use for this particular tea. Mates have more caffeine than regular tea does. So regular tea, like black tea, has around 60 milligrams of caffeine per 8 ounce cup. Mate has 80 grams of caffeine per 8 ounce cup. My personal opinion, it will not give you the jitters. It will not give you the shakes like those artificial energy drinks, and it should not give you a drop off either. A lot of those energy drinks, they just spike your energy. This is more like a nice, steady 5 hours of energy from 1 cup. So if you are a weekend warrior, you have a lot of work to do in your yard, or if you are a cardio junkie and you need to get out there and really enjoy the fine weather that we're having, mate is the way to go. Now, in particular, this is our Mounds Mate. I'm hoping you all know what a Mounds candy bar is, which has got chocolate and coconut. So think about it that way. Mounds Mate, completely delicious. It is also very good hot or cold. Mates steep up fabulously right in cold water, but I think you'll get even more of the caffeine and all the antioxidants if you do steep it in hot water. You can always chill it then or throw it over ice, your choice. Next up in our coffee tea collection is our Hazelnut Cafe Latte. Hazelnut Cafe Latte. Friends, we have had a tea in the past that we called Cafe Latte. This recipe is different. It has definitely been upgraded and elevated in taste. It does taste like coffee. It really does. How is that possible? Because I used coffee beans. Now, coffee is something that I personally cannot drink. It has too much acid. It really upsets my stomach. So I've never been a coffee drinker. I've always been into tea. But I love the smell. I love the taste. I can have a few sips, but I can't get anywhere near a full cup. I will tell you that my husband was a huge coffee drinker when I met him. I think it just kind of stemmed out of him being sleep deprived. He just worked so much and had so much on his agenda that at one point he was up to 12 cups a day, an entire pot, almost like it was a food group. He drank so much coffee. And of course, I'm interested in any kind of education I can get, nutrition, on the food I eat, the antioxidants in tea. And of course, that kind of led me down a rabbit hole to become better educated about coffee. Just because I couldn't drink it, it was a big part of his life. But the more I became educated on coffee, the more it was just kind of revealing to me that sure, the taste is alluring. I'm not going to deny that. And of course, the stimulation that you get is really rewarding, but there's no health benefits, no known health benefits. In addition, there can actually be some side effects. And I know that I've talked to a lot of people and they've said, oh, I can drink coffee any time of day. And I think to myself, there's a difference between the word symptom and the word side effects. Those are two different things. Just because coffee wasn't giving you any symptoms that caused you concern or alarm to change your habits, it doesn't mean that there didn't have some ill side effects. So I don't want to say too much more about that specifically, but what I will say is tea is the opposite. Tea is full of antioxidants. So I made sure that I could get all that same great taste of coffee into tea. This is a black tea, so it does have 60 milligrams of caffeine. So great taste, full of antioxidants, which, by the way, that means health benefits. So there's a really good reason for you to add it to your life and really enjoy it. Guilt-free. Also, it's quite affordable, I have to say. So again, friends, hazelnut cafe latte, absolutely a tea that tastes like coffee. Next up in our coffee tea bundle is our Irish coffee. Irish coffee tea. So what's Irish coffee? We've had this flavor. It used to be a part of our St. Patrick's Day collection, and it was only sold for a very short period of time, a part of that themed collection, and then I would discontinue it for the rest of the year. But people asked for it all year. They kept messaging me. They couldn't do without it. And I understand that. I really, really do. So this does have a coffee component. It also has some chocolate and, of course, cream. So Irish coffee is normally almost like a cocktail base that it's got coffee and some alcohol to it. Of course, this doesn't have any of those things, but it tastes like coffee. And yes, it is tea, black tea, and it is delicious. And it's available all year. Next up is our Cafe au Lait. Now this one is caffeine-free. Cafe au Lait. This is a caffeine-free coffee substitute. It is tea. It's tea in the extent that you steep it. You steep it like tea because it is. However, there's no tea plant in it, so there's no caffeine in this. Now, a lot of the people who have been trying to find a substitute for coffee, they've been going out into the world and saying, oh, let me try this, let me try that to get my taste buds satisfied. So one of the things that people keep asking me for as a coffee substitute is dandelion. So I'm going to put that in the queue really fast. We do sell dandelion tea. This is dandelion. We call it a tea add-in. So yes, you can absolutely drink it by itself. But my theory is when you want something to be a health benefit, you might not want to just drink it by itself. You might want to add this to every cup of tea that you drink so you get as much of the health benefit as you possibly can. So I'm calling this an add-in. It's a single ingredient. You could add it to anything you want because dandelion is so good for your kidney and liver function. It is. It's fabulous. But when I think about the people who have never had it before and they want to buy dandelion root tea in order to substitute it for coffee, I think to myself, well, that doesn't taste like coffee at all. It kind of tastes vegetal in a way. It almost tastes like green tea. I like the taste of green tea. I'm not saying anything negative, but green tea doesn't taste anything like coffee. So I really don't understand why people ask me for dandelion thinking it's a coffee substitute. Let me tell you, I don't believe so. I just, that's not my opinion. That is not my experience with that. So we have done something better though, because of, again, all the health benefits. So back to the cafe au lait that I was talking about. The cafe au lait specifically has the dandelion in it. So for those of you who know you want something that's good for your kidney and liver function, dandelion's in here. Also, some of the flavor notes that you are accustomed to with coffee is chicory. We've used that too. Also in the cafe au lait, you're going to find some cinnamon. The cafe au lait blend, this blend was very specifically created for our Mardi Gras inspired collection. When you're in New Orleans, you might go to Café du Monde and get yourself a cafe au lait. Cafe au lait is French for coffee with milk or cream, milk specifically, and they almost always have some cinnamon in it. It's delicious. This tea is delicious, but it's caffeine free. So for those of you who know the word herbal, this is herbal. There's no tea plant in it, no caffeine, but it will satisfy your cravings for coffee. Next up, we have 2 tea flavors. Next up, this is our hazelnut caramel macchiato. This is a black tea. These next 2 flavors that I'm going to talk to you about, they reside in our coffee tea bundle that we sell all year. Again, you can find this on the web page that we call Bundles and Gift Sets, or by using the search bar, just type in the word coffee, you'll get there. The next 2 teas I'm going to talk to you about, though, are also in a themed collection that we call Summertime in Italy. They drink a lot of coffee in Italy. They really do. So, hazelnut caramel macchiato. Now, again, friends, in the past, we did have a tea called caramel macchiato. This tea, specifically, this blend is different. Upgraded, updated. It is delicious and fabulous. So it is nice and creamy. Those of you who like a little bit of coffee in your coffee, this is it. So this has got a lot of sweet notes to it. Now, I know that if you go to a coffee shop and you get a caramel macchiato, it will have some coffee in it, but really what they do is a big drizzle of caramel. I have no idea what's in that stuff. This is all natural. This has no sugar, no carbs, no calories. I don't think that this tea needs any sweetener. So you're going to save yourself a lot of money from going to the coffee shop. You're going to save yourself some calories. You are really going to enjoy it. It is nice and smooth. Now, this time of year, I'm thinking iced tea. This is it. This is heaven as an iced tea. Now, if you really crave that coffee shop experience, I suggest you go ahead, steep it hot just for like a minute or 2. Throw a bunch of ice in your cup and a little tiny pinch of cream and take a sip. I think you will be pleasantly surprised how close you can get to that coffee shop favorite for only a few pennies. Next up is our tiramisu. Tiramisu. Again, friends, this is caffeine free. Tiramisu does live in all year in our coffee tea bundle. It also lives in our Summertime in Italy collection. Hey there, Miss Jean. Thank you for commenting out. I appreciate that. Jean said that she really loves the macchiato and that she loves the coffee notes. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, I apologize, Jean. I didn't see your comment right away. I have so many things on my screen right now. Let me make that a little bigger. That's going to make me feel better. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sweet lady. I appreciate you watching live. Back to the tiramisu. This is a new blend to us. It is delicious and fabulous and completely caffeine free. Now, if you haven't had tiramisu, it's a dessert. It is an Italian dessert. It's pretty common here in the United States in those Italian restaurants. It is typically ladyfingers, which is like a sponge cake that's soaked in espresso. And then it is layered with cream, delicious, cocoa powder, delicious, right? So you get all of those great notes. You're going to get it in the tea too. I don't know how much a piece of tiramisu is going to cost you in a restaurant, but let me tell you, this tea is a heck of a lot cheaper. There's also no sugar, no carbs, no calories, no caffeine, absolutely no guilt in this tiramisu. I know you're going to love it. It is nice and smooth, but full of flavor. I can't wait for you to try this one. Next up, while we are here, I'm already at my 20-minute mark. I'm trying not to talk so much so you guys don't get bored. While you're here, though, I will tell you, we have our Mounds Mate, and I kind of wanted to show you the difference between toasted mate, black tea, and of course an herbal. This is the cafe au lait, so it has the bits of chicory and cinnamon and dandelion. Nice and smooth and fabulous. Right now, if you are watching this live, we also have a summertime in Italy tea bundle that has the two teas I already talked about, the hazelnut caramel macchiato and the tiramisu. Those are in the coffee bundle and the summertime. We also have an almond biscotti, raspberry cassata cake, lemon gelato, which is by far the sweetest lemon tea we have ever sold, and also a citrus honey mascarpone. While I'm here, though, I do want to bring up that we do have a tea in our catalog that we call espresso biscotti. So that kind of also fits both, right? It kind of fits the coffee notes. It fits the Italian notes because it's biscotti. That particular blend came out at Christmas time. I tried to discontinue it because people kept buying it, but it really was a part of a December collection. So we are going to phase that out. We probably have just a few bags in inventory now, but by the end of this week, the espresso biscotti will retire until the holidays. So if that's one of your favorites, do make sure that you grab a bag and grab it soon. Once again, friends, I want to say thank you for watching. It makes me so happy. I love it when you're watching live. But do make sure that you have on your schedule to tune in next Sunday, July 7th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Actually, just make sure you're coming every week. Every week on Sundays at 8 p.m. will really help out this small business. I'm going to sign off because I don't see any other questions here live. Everything is available at subrosatea.com. Thank you so much for watching, and no matter what you do with the rest of your day, have yourself a cup of tea and take care of you. Bye-bye, friends.